welcome back, Sunday Society, to another episode of
Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the band, which somebody got confused on the TikTok.
Listen.
They were like, so you're two girls that are just taking Sunday back? And I was like, oh, yep.
That's the whole premise. Yep, that's it.
So today's our off topics.
Yeah.
Redo. We had an awesome one. And we are just newbies. And we're just learning. So there's a reason this is going to be an awesome episode. So grab your coffee or your tea, in my case. Get comfy. And let's take back Sunday. So last time we talked all about happiness and love, and now we're going to talk about whatever we want.
Whatever we want.
Because this is off topics.
Yes.
And
it should be very easy because we do that all the time.
And it should be a lot easier because now that I have a different job, I don't have as much time to communicate and talk. So it's like, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I've got a whole list of things that I need to talk to you about. For real.
Yeah.
For real. And I'm going to call this first segment the True Crime Corner. Because there are so many things in the true crime world that have happened that I need to freaking talk to you about.
Okay.
First one. The CEO of United Healthcare gunned down on the streets of New York City and nobody saw anything.
Nobody saw. Let me tell you something. If I was there, I probably wouldn't have seen anything either. Let me tell you why. I saw a TikTok today and it said, the guy goes, yeah, I think I saw who the killer was. He said, but then I remembered that United denied my claim for eyeglasses. So I didn't see nothing. Yep. And I was like, yep. These people have literally became filthy freaking rich.
Yeah.
Off of our backs.
Yeah. So there are definitely two schools of thought here.
So
it's this one that, yeah.
Do I think we should be killing people? No.
No.
Would I maybe look the other way? In this instance, probably so. Like, I didn't see nothing.
Ain't nobody see nothing.
Cataracts.
I saw a video where it's like, I'm legally blind in my left eye and I'm 43% blind in my right eye. So actually, I didn't see anything. And so there's that. And then there's the compassionate part of me that is like, I think he has a child.
Yeah.
Like he's married with a child and that child has to see this replayed over and over and over on every social media, on every news channel.
Let's hope that the child isn't watching the news right now.
I hope not.
But yeah, he has a family.
Yeah. And so then I get like, are we so jaded that we're just like, burn them all, you know?
So did you see like what was on the bullet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely targeted.
It was
this
definitely
was not
on purpose.
So it was like what? Deny, defend,
depose.
Depose. And then, so I read two that had three, that deny and defend were on there, but there was another one on the other, but it's basically the same thing. The 3 Ds of insurance or whatever.
Yeah. It's what what the people in the insurance world are taught to do.
Yeah. So it definitely it was targeted because of who he is.
The guy definitely had some kind of like training. He knew what he was doing.
So I talked to somebody about this and yes.
But like you might have messed with the wrong one.
Yeah. Maybe not a professional.
Yeah, no.
Because there were some things like I guess the suppressor that was on it, which is a silencer, which I didn't know that those were the same thing.
It got jammed up. Something got jammed up, but he knew how to fix it real fast.
Yeah. And the way you could tell in like their stance that they had done this before, like they had shot a gun before.
Yeah.
Do I think it was a professional hitman? Probably not. Do I think it was somebody who was trained in weaponry?
Yeah.
Or like guns?
Or like was
like,
comfortable with guns.
Yeah. Like someone that's shot this gun a few times.
So again, I am definitely not saying that I agree to just go kill people. But at the same time, do I necessarily feel horrible for the death of this man? I don't.
And that's kind of where
we are as a nation. I feel so bad. Because that's not
you feel bad because you don't feel bad.
I feel bad because I don't feel bad.
Because it's like in the movies when the bad guy dies, nobody gets upset.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we talked about that. It was in Missouri. Long time ago where somebody got killed and nobody.
Oh, yeah, McElroy up in like northern Missouri.
Yes. And nobody saw anything.
Because he was a horrible person.
And I'm not saying this guy personally is a horrible person, but
right,
he
but
is
the choices he made
extremely rich. And like anybody in that kind of position that knows that they are becoming extremely rich off of a company that takes your money and then tries to give you as little as possible with what you're paying them.
Because like
I mean, I don't know how you sleep at night.
Right, because there's a difference between being very rich and wealthy and being very rich and wealthy from unethical means. Yeah. And I just feel like insurance companies, not just United, but insurance companies as a whole are just unethical, and they're terrible. And did you notice, I don't know if like right after this happened, Blue Cross Blue Shield changed their Do I have a ladybug on me?
No. I just am like, I bet they did. Yeah, I bet they did.
They changed because they were going to put a cap on anesthesia coverage.
Yeah, and they were like, never mind.
Yeah,
better not.
Exactly. And I mean, it guaranteed that that's related. That was definitely because of that.
How messed up is it that they were even thinking about doing that? Oh, your surgery isn't done. Sorry, you're going to wake up in the middle of it.
Yeah, or we're going to charge you for 50% of that anesthesia because your surgery went longer.
I'm just like,
get wrecked. Like, go sit on a beehive.
Go sit in syrup, as Bianca would say.
Not even syrup. Go sit on a cactus.
Listen, I have actually done that. I fell back on a cactus in Colorado and got those.
I thought you meant you sat in syrup. I'm like, when did this happen?
No, but that really hurt. I was like, there are pictures you telling me on Facebook of me like,
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah, I feel like a horrible human being because I don't feel bad.
I wouldn't. I mean,
yeah.
It does suck.
There's a lot more of those that could happen that I would probably be like, well.
Yeah. And do we feel less bad because he is a wealthy white man? You know, let me rephrase. Would we have such a hard time not feeling bad if he looked different or if he had a different role?
I just think, I don't think it matters what he looks like. If it's a man, woman, it is the position and what that represents for me. Yeah. It's like,
yeah. I think that if he were a woman, people might have they might feel more sympathy because he was this person was a woman that was shot in the street.
I'm not that way. I'm not built that way. I don't care if you got a ding-a-lang or no ding-a-lang.
Not a ding-a-lang.
If you're a bad person or not a bad person, but if you are an unethical person, then it doesn't matter.
Or like facilitating unethical choices. Yes. Just don't be a crap human. That's what I would tell my 8th graders. I'm like, just don't be a turd.
Yes.
Literally life rule number 1. Don't be a turd.
Yeah. And I mean, like, somebody has to do it. Like, somebody has to do that job.
Right, but surely there are better ways. Yeah. There's got to be some sort of insurance reform.
Yeah.
I'm calling for it here, folks.
Come on, Donald. You got
somebody.
You're
got
about
4
to get,
years.
Yeah, you got 4 years.
You got all this time. You got plenty of time.
UNO-RFJ or oh gosh.
RFK Jr.
You and RFK can go after pharmaceutical companies, the insurance companies, the food, all of it. Take care of all of it.
Best of luck. Godspeed and glory.
Yeah.
To the new administration.
Well, let's hope something happens.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm going to be real mad. I'm going to be on here being like, well, here we are, another 4 years of bull.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Bull hockey. I haven't said that in forever. That's like an old man thing. Like, that's some bull hockey. Okay. So, number 1, checked off my list.
Yep.
Number 2.
I already know.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't. Maybe you do.
Okay.
You probably did not think that you would ever hear Gypsy Rose come out of my mouth again after we've talked about her. Listen. So, I have a commute.
I'm going to smack your hand the next time you touch your mic.
I can't help it. I'm so fidgety.
You gotta stop moving your mic.
I'm not.
I'm going to be like your mom. No! No!
Take a drink every time Bianca moves her mic or plays with her hair. Everyone will be drunk in 10 minutes. For real. I can't have it because I move, so I move it with me so the sound travels with me.
Or take a little toke off your pin or your...
Honestly.
Take a little nibble after cookie. Everybody's getting high and drunk.
Right. Getting fat and sassy.
Except for us.
Except for us. I'm just drinking tea.
My water's across the room.
I'm sipping tea and spilling tea. So I have been listening to a lot more podcasts again. So I'm listening to Crime Weekly because they do really long episodes. Like an hour minimum.
Perfect for your commute.
Yes, exactly.
Gypsy Rose.
They have a 7-part series that started back in September. Girl, no. You stop rolling your eyes.
I know, but listen.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Do you think she should be in prison for the rest of her life?
I'm starting to feel like, she should. I'm starting to think it. Because they're doing this deep dive into it, and they are really just like, there is a whole other side of this story that is not publicized and like is not in the, like, it's not being pushed and portrayed.
I'm going to have to go watch it. Dang it. No, I was rolling my eyes because I'm like, Bianca is going to make me have to listen to Gypsy Rose.
Girl, I'm on episode 3, and I have found out, spoilers, this could be, instead of Dee Dee Blanchard, her mom, having Munchausen's by proxy, it could be malingering by proxy. And what I mean by that is Gypsy Rose really had medical conditions that were diagnosed and it wasn't fake. And what they were doing was malingering, so they were milking it. And they were just like con artists, essentially, as opposed to this type of abuse. So all of the medical procedures that were done, they have documented evidence in her medical records that show that it was necessary. She had a chromosome disorder that caused 99%.
Well, she's not right in the head.
No. And here, oh, girl.
Either way, her mom, what they're probably pushing towards, I'm assuming, is that it was more of a existing issue.
They were both in on
they
this
were both
con
in
together.
On it,
yes. And as soon as Gypsy, I'm moving my microphone. As soon as Gypsy got told no, and this was in relation to the boys. Yes. So there was one that I didn't know about, that she went to something called Vision Con, which is like a pop culture convention. And
a pop culture or like comics?
No. So it includes comics, but it's not like Comic-Con. It's similar, but a little different. I guess they have different things.
Fun fact, I think I would love it. I want to go too. I want to go at least one time in my life. Okay.
I'll go.
Okay.
I won't cosplay because I'm not.
I mean, I think we could dress up as something.
You think so?
Yeah.
You would do that with me?
Yeah. I love Halloween. I will dress up like whatever.
Freaking bats. I love Halloween. If you know, you know. That little girl is also grown.
Yes.
Anyway. So she got told no with this. So she met this boy, this man. He was 36 years old, and she was, I don't even know, because her age is different in like they changed her age so many times. I think she might have been 15. No, she was 19. She was a legal adult at that time. But he was 36. And
how old was she when this death happened?
23.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. She was like 12.
I know. And that's because, girl, trust. Okay.
So the media be
buckle in, baby. Buckle in.
Okay.
Yes. Well, so she left this convention, snuck out of her hotel room, stole her mom's pain pills, stole $1,000 cash, went to this man's house, and they were going to go to Arkansas to his farm. Turns out, Gypsy shows up to this guy's house. Turns out he can't leave the state because he's on parole.
Oh my gosh.
That's when my eyes started twitching this morning in the car.
Maybe her mom really was. Maybe that's why she doesn't talk bad about her mom.
Yeah. So they go really deep into like the background of Dee Dee and like
you need
when
to tell
lived
Kim
in
Kardashian to listen to this podcast.
Kim Kardashian listened to Crime Weekly with Derek Levasseur and Stephanie Harlow.
Because Kim Kardashian brought her on the show and like tried to like.
We just, by doing that, and you and I have said this.
Know.
You and I, we pegged this a long time ago. That is just enabling her.
They're feeding her mental health.
They are
issues.
They are, and they go like this show. The podcast goes into like a deep dive about how Dee Dee was brought up, kind of really spoiled and got what she wanted, and might have had a heart murmur, so she got extra attention. And so then it kind of turned into, then she started to get into a little bit of trouble, like parking tickets or something that weren't paid, so she moved.
Oh.
Then you can kind of follow that anytime that people get a little too suspicious, they relocate. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Katrina happened, and boom, they had a perfect excuse to need help and attention and con people out of money and free trips to Disney.
Yeah.
But then, so the point
then they moved to Missouri, right?
Yeah, Springfield. Yeah, and the point
after Katrina.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they moved to like the Springfield area, and then the Habitat for Humanity built them this brand new house. It's all cutesy, and
demure,
very mindful. And then she does get diagnosed with that chromosome disorder. And the point that Derek makes is, if somebody truly has Munchausen's by proxy, what does a legitimate diagnosis give you?
Yeah, because you have to then make, like, that is making somebody appear to be sick or making them sick.
Right. And now this person has a legitimate reason.
Okay.
Because she is actually sick. She has this super rare chromosomal disorder that is genetic.
She definitely seems off.
Something is off.
Like,
about
not
her.
Just mental health, guys. Like,
yeah, no,
like the way she talks, the way her eyes look. I mean, something.
So she's had a lot of surgeries on her eyes. She had a lot of like atrophy with her legs. She at one point got a feeding tube. The salivary glands are removed, and that was a point that got brought up, is that they there were claims that Dee Dee would put Orajel in Gypsy's mouth before those appointments to make the saliva extra. And they're like, no rational doctor is going to just see you one time and see a little extra saliva and not check to make sure that removing these salivary glands is necessary. So they said that, like, if she did do that, that is the malingering. It's like, you're milking it for all it's worth.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to make it look a little bit worse than it is, even though there is really something wrong. So having this diagnosis, as soon as that happened, Dee Dee was like, we're good. We're done. We're done here. And they there are no more medical records, like after 2011, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if she truly did have Munchausen's by proxy and then was given an actual diagnosis, homegirl would have been going all over the place.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I am right now in this journey. So my opinion may change once again, like once they get through the rest of these episodes. But like right now, all I can think about is that she conned so many people in her life. And she has said in multiple interviews that I am a good manipulator. I am a good liar.
I mean, she got married and then got knocked up by another man, and is like,
well, that's another thing that she talked to like Nick Godejohn about, was like getting pregnant a lot, like creepily a lot. And
yeah. And now she's going to have a child.
I know. It's just,
gives me the ick. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is number 2 in my true crime corner. Do you have any true crime that you want to talk about?
I mean, yeah, but it's the same.
Yeah. The last one. I have one more. Okay. And I assume it's the same. Yeah. So I want you to start it, because you called me yesterday.
Yeah.
And so, what did you say?
So a lot of people have been watching, I think is it Netflix that just came out with a new John Benet Ramsey documentary. I have not watched it.
I haven't watched it yet either.
Yeah, so I want to, but I haven't.
Yeah, and, same. I just haven't had time.
Crime Junkies came out with, and I never thought they would, because she has said multiple times she would not touch it.
Yep, unless she could talk to the family.
And she was able to interview the father, John.
Which, in regard to that, apparently he's like doing the rounds. And I think it's because that Netflix documentary that's coming out. But anyway.
So, I still, in my mind, question who could have done it, and if it really was, like, I don't know. I have a lot. Some of the things seem really weird to me. Like the note to me doesn't make sense.
It's the most well-known ransom note in the world.
And like how
the language that was used,
it bizarre. Was used on the pad of paper that was in the house, which I've known about for years.
Yeah.
But like, I thought about this because when Crime Junkies was talking about it, they mentioned this. They were young. You know, it was like 97.
Yeah.
We were young too. We're very close to their age.
Yeah. We're pretty much their age.
And do you remember going to the grocery store and that's all you saw were tabloids of her in the pageant?
Yep. The big blonde hair with the crown. Yep. I remember seeing that everywhere. At Dave's. It was, what was it back then? Harold's.
Harold's, yeah. So I have a couple of questions.
I was going to say it with your chest, girl.
The underwear doesn't make sense to me.
Me either.
The almost double what it should have been. So she's like, should have been like a size 6.
Mm-hmm.
These were like size 12 underwear.
Yeah.
Unless, again, wherever they were, at that party, somebody had a pair, or she got herself dressed, and maybe, I know there was an older sister, so like, I think John has an older daughter that would have been like 12, 13. Unless she just like didn't have underwear. Like I definitely have 2 girls who will grab each other's socks or whatever if they're not, but my biggest question is, and I didn't want to say this to you last night because I wanted to talk about it here, is so they've tested this DNA that was found in the underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Over 200 people have been tested. Nothing. I know familial DNA is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And has helped a lot of cases. Yep. And that could be. Yep. But my question, and maybe I'm like simple-minded in this sense, but like, have they tested all the people that were involved in the case touching that underwear? Because that is my biggest fear, is that DNA is actually somebody that was in that house.
I don't know.
And like, I don't know. And when I say that, I'm not saying that they did it. I'm saying that they touched the underwear.
No, I would have to know where they got the DNA from. Like, was it on the outside?
So they say it was on the outside. They say that it was on the outside. And it said like saliva. And I'm like, okay, but if I had touched my mouth, I just am like, have we tested those people that were working on the case?
I would hope so. Just to have like
to eliminate. And then the lady that was
Linda Arndt, she dropped the ball. Honestly, I think, I don't know if I told you this. I'm sure that I have, and I've said it before. We'll never know. We'll never know because they bungled that crime scene so horrendously. Yeah. They didn't. And if I could go in a time machine and fix anything in the world, I would fix that. Like, as soon as they called the cops, I would be like, okay, shut it down. Nobody in or out. Close off all the rooms. The Ramseys need to be separated and interviewed. Yeah. Everyone needs to have little booties on their shoes. Everyone needs to put gloves on. I feel like they effed up.
And Dr. Phil, I've never like really liked that much, but like I remember that interview he did.
Oh, with Patsy?
No.
Or was it with John?
It was with the son.
Oh, with Burke?
With Burke.
I don't think I watched that.
And he was older.
Yeah, I always felt bad for Burke.
And and then people came from him after that. They ended up suing CBS.
And I think they won.
Yeah.
Because Burke, so the district attorney in Colorado like officially came out and said, you're not suspects. You've been completely eliminated. You, Patsy, Burke, all of you, and we're so sorry. And
because of the DNA on the underwear.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
but again, that's where I'm like, if it was somebody working that case, then that takes that completely out.
But here's the thing though, too, is John Ramsey found her and picked her up, and they say held her by the waist. So like his DNA is on there.
On her underwear or her pants?
Everywhere. Like I think she was in a nightgown, wasn't she?
No, she was in pants.
In pants and a shirt. So he grabbed her. I don't know why I'm still holding my hands like that. So I would assume.
And like, why the ransom note if they were just going to murder her in the basement? Like, it
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And that's where I'm like, the idea that maybe, I've always felt like the idea that something happened that was not even on purpose to her, and then they tried to make it look like something else, made so much more sense to me. But again, that DNA.
Like the family wrote the note. So they did say like with handwriting analysis that Patsy
was the only one that they couldn't
rule out. They couldn't.
And I am not going to lie. You do a lot of things for your kids.
Yeah.
And like, if you lost a kid, say for example, you lost a kid
at the hands of the other,
and it wasn't it was just kids being kids and went too far. Yeah. Could you, I mean, that's just where my mind is. My mind could never give that possibility up.
Yeah.
And the freaking pineapple. I'm so over people talking about the pineapple. She probably got up and got some dang pineapple before she went back to bed. Like, leave the pineapple alone. Who cares?
Yeah, I feel
and
like
now I want to have pineapple with condensed milk because I'm like,
Ew.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I never had it before.
I haven't either. So my theory, if it's not that, because that is logical. It's plausible.
So
it makes sense.
And sometimes it's like the most simplest things.
Yep, Occam's razor.
Yes.
So my theory is that somebody who knew that they were going to be out came to the house and waited. And then when they got home, because there was evidence that she had been sexually assaulted previously.
Like a week before.
Yeah. I don't know how they can know that.
That there's a possibility.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing. Is like, are we looking at a dad, a brother, or are we looking at somebody outside of...
I think it's somebody she knew. I think that because if she didn't, I feel like she would have maybe alerted the family if somebody strange came into her bedroom.
Let me just say that when they talked about how she had wetted herself...
Oh, it breaks my heart.
I literally started to cry.
Yeah.
It broke my heart.
Yep.
And I'm going to watch the documentary on Netflix,
too.
But I feel like we are never going to know.
No, we're not. And that sucks. That hurts. Yeah. It hurts to know that this happened.
And in that Crime Junkies thing, why a friend of the family is trying to pretend to be a detective also threw me.
Did I miss that?
You must have, because...
Which friend? The neighbor?
It's whatever friend of the family it's a female, moved to Georgia
with them. Yes.
And she was pretending to be the officer in Boulder.
That's right.
And I was like, why? The only reason you would do that is if you thought that I feel like that if you thought that you were trying to defend your friend because you knew that I don't know. And then the whole interaction with the family friends. I want to know. Like, what was it?
White, I think was his name. That's kind of who my money was on for a while.
But they were at the party, right?
I know. It doesn't make sense.
So it doesn't make sense.
Unless he followed them home and like came in after all the lights went off and then came upstairs and
the note, I think...
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so my theory is that somebody came over while they were at the neighbors for dinner.
And hung out.
And
waited.
They were laying in wait. Maybe they... No, I don't think they wrote the note.
And they probably knew the house.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's somebody that they knew. And then went to John Bonet to do the unspeakable, horrible things. And I think that's where something went wrong. And I think the gash on her head happened first. And then I think that maybe it didn't kill her. And she was maybe alerting that she was not well. And they then finished it with the rest of what had happened. And then staged the scene to make it look the way that it did. And then were freaking out and wrote this note. And I don't...
So probably somebody's first time.
I don't think that killing was the intention.
Yeah.
I think that maybe she might have tried to say no.
Yeah.
And maybe there was a struggle, and maybe... Because you know how, like, if you and I, if I'm holding on to you and I let you go, you're going to fall. And I don't know if maybe that's what had happened. But then there was the assault with the paintbrush. Like, did that happen first? And that's what caused the fight and like the struggle in my head. This is all just speculation, and like none of it, we don't know.
Yeah.
Because they can't even tell you like which happened first, the gash or the strangulation.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's
a whole thing, and it's back in the headlines.
Yep.
So there's that. I think I heard like years ago that John Ramsey and Natalie Holloway's mom were like dating.
Oh.
I'll have to fact check that. Like, nobody come for me if that's not right. But I'm almost certain that I read that somewhere or I heard that and then it didn't work out because I don't know. Maybe it just didn't work out. But anyway, that's True Crime Corner with Bianca on this Off Topics episode. Yeah.
Also, I've listened to it's like Tote Family. And I had listened to it before, or maybe not on that one, but I had listened to it at some point. I have
heard this story too.
So then I listened to it and I was like, this homeboy done killed his family, or they were all gonna die. I don't know.
I'll have to re-listen because I don't remember.
But he's like, yeah, we were all gonna it was the end of times. We're all going together so our souls can be together and salvation, all this. But he's still alive, going to Starbucks,
salvation, and whatever.
Living with the dead bodies in his house for weeks.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta go listen to it or look it up. It's crazy.
So I did see that they re-released that, and I want to talk about their Thursday episodes have all been like re-releases, and they have said that it's because there's a trend, like there's a reason, and I've figured it out.
Oh, what is it?
It's all of the cities that they're going to on their Crime Junkie tour.
Oh, all of the fun.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not as good as Taylor, I guess, because that was an easy figure.
That was very figure-outable.
That's funny.
But yeah, and guess who's going to see them?
We are. Yeah. I'm so excited. I love Crime Junkies, and
me too.
really like the work that they do, and
like
I'm
the
excited.
Nonprofit like work on the side. Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited.
All right.
I like that they bring light to cases that we would never hear.
Yeah. There's so many that I'm just like, I don't know. The ones that I find that she is cussing more in her episodes, which I love. But the ones that it's like the people that vanish without a trace, those always freak me out the most. Because it's like, where did they go? Yeah. Where are they?
Where are they?
Like,
but one of them showed up somewhere.
Yes. And
she went and was like, hey, I'm an adult now. Can you take my name off the missing kids list?
We need to talk about something. Hannah Kobayashi, I think is how you say her last name. This has been a topic in the news recently. She was flying home from Hawaii. She made it to LAX, and then she was going, I think, to like the East Coast. I don't remember. Stop coming for me, you guys. I imagine everyone's like, you're wrong. I know. But then, like, something happens. She's broken up with her boyfriend, and they are flying together though to LAX, and then he gets on the next flight and she does not, and her family's like, what's going on? And like she says, I'm going through something, blah blah blah, I'm trying to get on the flight, this, that, the other. And then communication stops, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And they see her on surveillance, so they know that she's alive. And then her father, or I thought it was her stepfather, but I guess people are reporting her father commit suicide, like where she went missing. And now it's turned out that like she is voluntarily missing. So like they made a report, like the news people came out and said like she is missing voluntarily.
So wait a second, her dad went to the airport and like took his own life?
I think it was in Hawaii.
Oh.
Like where she was. I think he went to look for her and see again. If I'm
gonna
wrong,
have to check this out.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything.
I didn't plan on talking about this, so I didn't write anything down. So I don't know specifically, but I do know that she went missing. The family was concerned. The father committed suicide, and then she is now missing voluntarily, which immediately screams cult to me.
Yeah,
she has found her way in with some very bad people. I can only imagine. Mental health, because I guess like before she like fell out and like fell off the grid, she was sending like weird messages about like how she loved everyone so much and she was sorry.
Okay.
And things like that. So they were concerned. So yeah.
Okay. I will never voluntarily go missing.
I will never voluntarily go missing.
Ever?
Ever. I won't do it.
Ever.
So if I am missing, it is because something bad has happened to me.
Yeah.
I will never be disappearing on purpose.
If Bianca doesn't know where I am, then I'm really missing.
That's exactly right.
And I have Life 360, so
and I stalk that all the time.
Literally sent me a message the other day, like, can you please take your phone off battery mode so I can see where you are?
Oh my gosh.
Like, sent it through the app, so it was like the app message.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, this is not for me, for you to know where I am, but okay.
Oh, she's keeping tabs on you. She's like, I gotta know where my mom is. When's she going home? I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Because I was
so the last time we tried to record this, and it sounded like I was like, because my mic was too loud.
Way too loud.
Sounded like I was in a mosh pit, or it was like singing metal music.
Maybe we'll like release a random clip on. We'll start a Patreon, and you can listen to the whole episode on Patreon.
It was horrible.
It was so bad.
Horrible. Anyway, I talked about how aliens.
Oh my gosh.
The government has come out and said that that there are aliens, that they have spacecrafts of aliens and bodies of aliens, some of which look like us and some that don't. And so whenever we recorded this the first time, I was like, I am just so freaking excited. And all I wanted to talk about for like 2 weeks was freaking aliens, you guys.
Yeah.
And now I'm not sure that I believe the government. So here's my thing, is that it's been years and years and years and years and years. I'm not saying that there aren't aliens, but I'm saying that what is the motive now to release that there are aliens? And there is an idea that they have ways of making it appear in the sky that because now all of a sudden people are seeing aliens and there are videos of things in the sky. It could be a tactic, because I believe the government is always trying to control us. And how are we going to? Fear controls people. Money controls people. Obviously laws control people, but our laws for the most part are because it's morally right, the right things to do. At other countries is not the case, but it's pretty much that I think that there's an alternative motive. I don't know what it is. I'm not that smart, but I do think that it's a little bit too much of a coincidence that they're like, oh yeah, after years and years and years. I mean, back in the 70s, people out in Arizona were like, there's aliens in the sky. And they're like, no, there's not. You didn't see anything. Don't talk about it. I mean, people have come out years later and said that people have shown up at their house in black suits and been like, absolutely not. You don't talk about this. You don't tell anybody. So it's like, why now?
So that's a great question. And I had this conversation with somebody recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, what's the point now after all this time? And it's the way that it was explained to me, the way it was mansplained to me, is that it is now kind of something that is a matter of national security, and that there are technologies out there that are so far advanced that we need to be aware of them. And it was to remove the stigma, because back in the 70s, you see the flashing lights, they're like, oh, strap her to the freaking chair and let's electric shock her brain. She crazy.
Yeah.
They're trying to remove that stigma, because it's like, we actually need to know if you see these, where you see these, so we can come out and try to make sure that we are protected and that we are safe.
Yeah. So that's a possibility.
Sure.
I think there's a possibility that it is a control thing again. Like, are we going to come up with the next big conspiracy lie kind of thing? And we're going to. So people have talked about, because, I read, and like, I'm on X. I feel so weird calling it that.
I know.
I'm on X, and I'm on, TikTok and Instagram, and I'm just looking and just listening, and Reddit. I'll get on Reddit. I want to hear what other people are saying and think. And then I just am trying to figure out where's the truth, or where's the logic.
And where do I fall? Like, where do my beliefs fall? Sure.
And so people are talking about this Blue Beam project, where they say that they have, the government now has capabilities of making things appear in the sky. And that what they are planning to do is make it like there is a space attack, and it's going to appear to be real, but it is to then in such it is a control thing, but also a like the world against the aliens and like world peace and like coming together as one government, which I could see how that would make sense of like, okay, like we're going to make, they're the bad guys. We're not the bad. The government's not bad. We're going to protect you from this fake thing.
This is the wildest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I thought so too, but like then I started listening to like really smart people talking about it. Like, yeah, they've been working on this for years, and I'm like
War of the Worlds.
Yes, but it's like it's like fake. A simulation. It's like a simulation. And then I've also really been like, is it because they know that it's a like kind of what you said, is there something it's becoming to where we need to, and like how do we know that they have okay, so in this I have also seen where people talk about how you have people like time travelers and people like parallel universes and different things, and how aliens can like travel. It's not so much of like a location as it is like through time, like I don't know,
wrinkle in time,
kind of, and that the aliens that would be here would be peaceful because that's the only way that you can travel outside of your like whatever, and that's why we can't because we're not peaceful. We're still like, you know, cavemen kind of. I don't know. There's just a lot of different theories. I'll share a theory with you off of here.
Camera.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I really have to put my tinfoil hat on for that one. And the blue beam one I feel like is way out there. But then I'm like,
say that's not a tinfoil hat.
But listen, you guys, the biggest conspiracy is the people that believe the government actually are looking out for us. That's the biggest. They do not care about you and me.
No. Maybe they did when it first started.
Yeah.
Like with George Washington.
I definitely think, George and Abe Lincoln, they had the best of intentions.
Okay. So I think that government was created with the best of intentions.
Yes.
But like George Washington said that divided we fall. United we stand, divided we fall. Yeah. He was not for having two parties because it would only create a divide, and look where we are.
Oh, it's awful. Everybody's out for themselves.
Oh, well, George, he had the
politicians are just trying to get as rich as possible.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Can we talk about why we don't have a cap on or term limits for Congress? Is there a reason that we have people in Congress who were probably
Daddy
alive?
Trump said there should be.
There should be.
So maybe he'll do that in the 4 years. I'm joking about calling him Daddy Trump. You guys, I have to
I've blocked it out anytime anyone says it. I'm like,
I have to take what we have here in this world and make the best of it, and I do that by joking.
Yeah. So we should not have people in Congress that were alive during the Civil War. We should not.
They own slaves.
Great granddaddy Trump should not be in Congress right now.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, like people that were alive during Jim Crow, probably not the best people to have in Congress, like supporting and promoting the growth of our country.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that there aren't some very open-minded old people.
There are some open-minded old
Bernie
people.
Sanders, he's pretty open.
Yeah.
He's open as a damn book.
Yeah. Looking frumpy as heck in that metal chair.
Oh my gosh. That is my favorite meme. Dirty. That is my favorite meme when he's just like, I'm like, that is such a vibe in the wintertime. So,
yeah, I mean.
So aliens is how we got to this place.
Yeah.
Off topic.
I am excited and not so excited because it's like, what is coming?
This is crazy because the last time we tried to record this, you were like, the aliens are real. They're coming. And now you're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's all a simulation. Have you heard that conspiracy theory? That just like everything we experience is a simulation?
Yeah. I don't know how that would work.
I don't either, girl. It's like the Matrix.
But like, how?
I don't know. I don't subscribe to that one.
Well, and like, What's that show? The Truman Show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like obviously, are you an actress? Because I'm not. You know what I mean?
Ain't
like,
nobody paying me nothing.
And like, I've drove a long way. This isn't a Universal Studios. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I get what you're saying. The Matrix. I don't know. Yeah. Listen, watch Hollywood movies. Like, watch the movies, because whatever it's talking about in the future, it seems to always know what's going to happen.
Dude, watch The Simpsons. That show be predicting everything.
Everything.
Cat Williams, too. Speaking of everything, Cat Williams called all of this stuff out with P. Diddy. You knew it. Oh, I guess we could talk about that.
Yeah, and
P. Diddy did it.
Yeah, and
with the baby oil.
Well, it ain't just baby oil either. You don't know what it was?
What else?
Why are you looking at it? It's GHB.
Oh, yeah, the baby oil. Yeah. I did know that. I was like, what else? Was it cocaine?
As soon as they said all that oil, baby oil, I was like, it's got to be GHB, because it has the same kind of
lubrication, or
it's
like lubricant.
Oily kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ugh. Horrible human being.
50 Cent has never effed with
P. Diddy. Never, not once. Never, not once. Have we talked about, I think I saw a TikTok where 50 Cent is like in the works of like creating this documentary. Yeah. It's called like, did he do it?
He's coming for him.
Who else trolled somebody? It might have been, I don't think it was 50 Cent.
Oh, you know who's getting trolled right now? Who? Beyonce.
Oh, people.
Let me just say. Oh. I had a hot take that I didn't think Beyonce was that good. And you know what? That's just how I feel about it. Like, I just don't think her music's that great. I just don't think she's that great. I don't think she's as gorgeous as people take. They'd be like, yes, queen. No.
Oh, I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah, bow down to me. You can take out that on the thing. Can't you erase that word?
Yes, Hannah hates that line of that song.
I hate the arrogance. I don't hate it. I dislike it. And I just Destiny's Child, they had some good songs, but like I just have never been like
I never want to see you dance to Say My Name ever again.
Say my name.
Or Single Ladies. Oh, yeah. Single Ladies.
So there are some songs that I'm like, oh, they are okay, but I just don't think she's as big of a deal as everybody seems to think. And apparently I'm not alone.
No.
People are coming for her. Jojo Siwa came for her.
Dude, that girl's got some minty bees.
Listen, she's dating a black woman now, and she doesn't think she's black.
Is she?
Yes.
I didn't know.
She needs to recognize. They're going to take her out.
I've been following her on TikTok, and after she made that comment, she's like, just to save the dance community, yay Beyonce, or something.
Oh, I was like, no, she didn't.
And then like radio silence on her TikTok.
Yeah.
And then it came back, and she's like, I've been gone because of an NDA that I'm not allowed to da-da-da-da-da. Then she's like, but I have a new song coming out, so I'm going to post anyway. And then she's like, I'm not allowed to post, but I'm going to risk it all for you. And then she made a TikTok.
You're annoyed by her, right?
I'm so annoyed by her.
Tell by the way you're talking. So I was annoyed. Like, that is not how she sounds. But
no, she has a lisp. I can't even replicate. There's one more.
Super obnoxious.
Then this most recent one, she has, on TikTok, you can have a photo and like talk in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, from law, you need to do this, and this. Call this number. Legally yours. Tabs. Tab. S. Co. Tabasco. And listen, the phone number goes back to a Nickelodeon thing that was like, call JoJo Siwa to talk.
Oh my gosh.
Girl has lost it. Listen, she's playing the game. She has a new song called like Iced Coffee, which I'm like, that's just like Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. And she talks about grinding her bean. And I'm like, ew, girl, nobody wants to talk about this with you. Put your pants back on.
I am going to. I'm about to throw up.
So my thought is that she has another song coming out called Tabasco. Because of the Tabasco. I even commented, I trolled a little bit. I was like, Tabasco, really?
It's okay.
So
I on Kim Kardashian quite often and put little snakes, so it's okay. Lord, forgive me.
Forgive me for the snakes. Snakes on a plate. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
I still think she needs to apologize for lying. Kim. She lied.
Yeah.
You lied on another woman to take Kanye's side.
Yeah, listen. A snake indeed. She deserves all those emojis. So how did we get here? Backtrack, JoJo, Siwa, Beyonce.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not the only one coming for Beyonce.
No.
And people are coming real hard for Beyonce because she got paid a whole lot of money to support her presidential candidate. And people are coming for her about that.
She got money.
Yes.
From who?
It's whatever. It's the campaign money. The campaign money. Like,
I got you.
Like, we raise money in a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Kamala Harris campaign
paid her.
Paid her.
For an appearance, which...
Oh, for an appearance.
She came out and she's like, this is, we're going to vote and be great and whatever. But she didn't just do that because she's voting for... She got paid pretty good dang money.
I got you.
And now, like, it's...
There's kids in public schools that can't eat lunch, but let's go ahead and pay these celebrities
and Kamala Harris
of dollars.
Is negative in her fund because she didn't manage her money correctly.
Bummer.
Anyway, I just thought it was great. I was like, oh, I'm not the only one who thinks Beyonce's like...
Yeah, circling back. Beyonce. Cute.
It's like, oh, what? It's not even like I'm like, oh, I hate her. I don't like her. It's just that I'm like...
You just don't get the hype.
I don't get it. Yeah,
and that's fine. Like, a lot of people don't, apparently.
She kind of gives me the ick. Let me tell you, I think that when you give me the ick, I have a hard time coming back from it.
Yeah. Oh, I do. There is someone that we both know right now that has given me the ick, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's going to take a minute, and it may never go away.
Yeah.
It is one of those things where you're just so put off by somebody that you just...
Everything that they do, you're like...
Makes my skin, like, crawl. Like, I hate it.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
We literally were at dinner tonight, and there's a girl that I haven't seen in years, like pre-Zach years.
Wow.
And one night we were at a bar listening to a band, my friend's husband at the time's band, and somebody in that band she was friends with, their wife or something. Anyway, she would go to those, and her friend walked up and was talking to me. And I was single at the time, and she started taking my picture and like laughing about it.
I remember this
and
story.
It literally took an entire line of people to block me from her to get me out the door because I was ready to whoop her. And I still had the ick tonight when I saw her. Actually, I said some not very nice things to people at my table about her. So I saw her, and it took me back.
Yeah.
And I was like, ugh. Because she was being mean. That's why she was taking my picture.
Yeah.
She thought she was cute, and she thought it was cute to take my picture. So I'm assuming she could show the drunk guy that was talking to me the next day.
That's like, right.
Oh, look who you were talking to or whatever.
Yeah, can you believe you?
And how dare her? Because we just won't even say why.
How dare she?
But
she sounds hideous.
And yeah, I was just like, that's so mean. And yeah, I was ready to fight her. And all the people I was with was trying to keep me from it. And they did. They like lined up in a line in front of her, like to get me to the door so I couldn't get to her because I was going to beat her up.
Yeah.
Because I told her, stop taking my picture. And she left. And I was like, I'm gonna knock this girl out.
Mama said, knock you out.
Yeah. And let me just tell you, some people with that kind of audacity really need to be knocked out. I'm just saying. I don't condone violence, but let me tell you, some people just gotta come and go.
So speaking of the icks, I feel like I get icked really easily, like by guys.
You do.
Because I swear to you, I see these TikToks all the time now.
You really, really do.
It's like, I was telling you about a guy, or like when you text your best friend about a guy, but then you leave the restaurant and you're like, I didn't like the way you chewed his food.
That's you.
Me. That is me.
And I'm like, Bianca, I love you, but you have things that people could say the same things about.
I'm sure I do.
You got to stop being so dang
Have you seen those
touchy
trends that it's like, we don't judge, or we're here, but we don't judge?
Yes, we need to do that.
No, we don't. Somebody's feelings are going to get hurt.
It's
going to be mine.
We listen and we don't judge.
I feel like that is just a trend that somebody made up to talk the worst crap.
Can we do the running one then? Suspects running.
Yeah. Yes, we can. That one would be fun.
Yeah.
I could do my own. Suspect says that she wants to fall in love, but is icked out every 3 seconds by a guy.
Suspect says she wants to lose weight, but goes through McDonald's at least 3 times a week.
I like this reverse one where we just talk shit about ourselves.
Yeah, that was definitely me. Oh, man.
Yeah, Suspect loves to be social, but is in bed by 8:30 when the sun starts to go down.
Yeah. Suspect, I don't even know. Suspect loves Jesus, but is sometimes the meanest person she knows.
Oh, that's fake.
No.
That's a false report.
Listen, you don't even know some of the things I think in my head.
Oh, same. I don't live there. You don't live here either. This is why we're good. This is why we're besties.
Yeah.
Suspect
there are certain things. Oh, sorry.
No.
I was just going to say, there are certain things that I think, and I'm like, I can't even believe that thought came in my mind.
Girl, all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be wild up in this head. I'm like, oh, girl, calm down.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, Suspect loves Pinterest, but started taking wallpaper down in her house and stopped after one wall. And now her house looks like it got burnt up.
Oh, it doesn't look like it got burnt up.
It's pretty tough. No, so today I don't even remember what happened, but I was listening to my podcast and I think I called somebody or I checked something on my phone and the podcast paused itself. I drove in silence for 20 minutes before I realized it because I was so heavy in my head talking crap about something. I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, I'm not going to get home till this time and da-da-da-da-da. I had to stay late, which is fine. It was a great time. I got to interview somebody. I also got to help with a tour. It was wonderful. I picked the person that I'm going to send up to the next interview.
Is it the first one or the second one?
The second one.
The more
energy?
Yin and yang, I'm telling you.
She's actually very timid and shy.
You just call that one girl back and say there's only room for one Hannah in my life. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'll tell her. Be like, but no, this
I was ready to show up there and be like, I am the only Hannah.
That was funny. That would have been funny. I would have died a little. Oh, that was impressive.
I will have to look back at that because I closed my eyes.
We listen and we don't judge. Flip. No, I'll tell you more off camera about her just because privacy, whatever. I don't want to.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I have to tell you that I got a phone call this morning from work.
Uh-oh.
And it was some drama. And somebody had done something that wasn't nice. And somebody was calling me because they wanted to talk to me about it and vent to me, which I was like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this this way because that's literally all I can say. And all I know is Brindley came home from school and she was like, so what happened with the drama at work?
That girl was steeping on that tea all day long.
Waiting. And I was like, wait, she goes, so any updates with the drama? And I was like, what drama? And she's like, you know the drama. And I'm like, what? I had done forgotten about it.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I heard the conversation this morning, Mom, from your work. And I was like, oh, she's like, did the one person call you? And I was like, no. She was, oh man, yeah.
She is my twin. She is my little mini.
I'm telling you, she is your child.
I'll take her. I love her so
much more you than she is me.
I miss her. I really need to figure out this balance. I don't get home till after 6 o'clock now every day.
Yeah.
So I am beat by the time I have spent over an hour in the car. But I gotta come back over. I gotta see my bee.
yeah, she's missing you. What else is going on? Besides that you like your job and that you're doing good at it. And I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. That's really all my life is I get up at 5. I'm out the door on the road by 6:30. I'm moving my mic always. I get home at like 6:30.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm waking up about the time you're leaving. So
yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So the great thing about this company though is that they want you to stay with them. So you get first dibs on any position that comes available. So if anything were to come available closer, I think I have to work there 90 days before I could.
That ain't nothing.
I know. I'm like, I'm already 2 weeks in it, baby.
Yeah.
And I really like where I am. And the drive isn't the worst. Yeah. It could be so much worse. I have found a cute little hybrid route that's half highway, half rural. And I like it.
Yeah. And if you need to go to Target or Starbucks,
girl, I don't even want to talk about it because the Target is like 0.3 miles.
You have everything.
Joop joop. Right in the back. I got to take petty cash and go make a burr basket to send to somebody, which was lovely.
Fun.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
get
those burr baskets.
Yeah. Did Corbin give his to his girl?
Nope,
yet?
He's gonna wait until Christmas.
That's right. So what's new with you?
I just got back from St. Louis.
Right.
I realized that when they're talking about things that we're not doing the things we should be, so it's like, oh, all these things that I'm learning that we need to be doing that we haven't been.
Oh, okay.
So it's just one of those things where,
Is it going to be easy to motivate people to make the changes?
I don't know, but they're going to do it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're going to figure it out or they're going to find somewhere else.
So that's the boss lady
that alpha female.
No, but we're going to do it. So
good.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little more off camera.
Yeah, I'm excited. We have 3 move-ins next week.
That's exciting.
Yeah, because we had 2 unexpected deaths and
we had one.
It's a lot of deaths lately.
So far. Yeah. We have fingers crossed. The month of December has like 6 or 7 people that have deposited that are going to move in.
Y'all, I don't want to share too much, but I am going to share that we found out that we were missing, all these people were missing clothes. And we have a lady who is a little forgetful, a little out there, a little forgetful. Anyway, she was going shopping in the laundry room.
My goodness.
She also likes to put her gum on our furniture in the living room parlor area. So I'm like, oh.
That's gross.
But yeah, I thought it was funny. She's a little klepto going to steal things out of the laundry room.
Little wandering going on, some rummaging.
She also likes her wine and her alcohol. So
well, it could be a combination of things.
Yeah. Isn't what do you call an old person?
Like that lives in my community?
Just an old person. Someone said this the other day, and I was like, so you can't say old person. You don't call them elderly.
You don't call them a senior?
That's what I said. Are they not a senior?
A senior citizen? The elderly?
That's I guess, rude.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm learning all the bad words in senior living facilities, the F word.
The F word. Yeah. Yep. And no units. You don't have units.
Well, see, and I wouldn't have said that anyway because I just don't have that clinical background, but like you do.
Yeah.
So no,
I was like, the memory care unit, they're like, neighborhood. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep. Okay. Like the guy with the, okay. Speaking of guys.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I know you are with the blue wig.
The blue wig. And
like,
his butt is so nice.
Oh my God, it's juicy. Speaking of butts, I'm on rugby talk for no reason.
You are.
And I am obsessed. I wake up in the morning. It's like French rugby players in slow motion running down the field. And I'm like.
With their leg muscles all like.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. And their butts.
Yeah.
And the other things.
Cute.
Oh my gosh. So Brinley was being a little butthead at the basketball game the other night.
No
it was
way.
Tuesday. And she said something like, shh, be quiet. Like I was embarrassing her. So then I started going, cute. McKinley Grace. And she was like, shut up. Like trying to cover my mouth.
She hates it so much. much. I don't know why, but
I don't know.
I love them. If you
I
know,
do
you
too.
know. The skits. It's
The
so funny.
telling your parents you're straight skits are my favorite out of them.
No son of mine is gonna be straight. It's so good.
We're gonna listen to Celine Dion and Bette Midler.
Stop it.
We're gonna watch Hairspray tonight. So funny.
I love Hairspray. I am a gay man.
Yeah,
that's who I am. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we covered quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was something else that I was going to say. Oh, probably all the words, the senior living words.
Oh, yeah.
Community, apartment. They're not rooms, they're apartments.
Yes.
Neighborhoods. I'm sure there are more.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't, but like, we've never called them patients, they're residents.
Oh, yeah, residents.
Yeah, residents.
We don't have a DON. We have
DOW.
Yes, Director of Wellness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
Yep.
still call her my DON. It's just because it's inbred in me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it sounds, I mean.
Did I just say inbred?
You did. I was going to let it happen.
Embedded in me from long-term care and skilled nursing is a director of nursing.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
I know. I was like, inbred. I don't think that's right, but I'm going to roll with it.
Let me tell you, for not doing anything today, I am way more tired than I thought I would be.
Girl, as soon as we're done, I'm going home and going to bed.
I know you are.
I'm so sleepy. Actually, I might swing by and come see my people.
You're more than welcome to.
I missed you guys. Well, let's wrap this up then, so I can come over and see my people.
So we have a couple more episodes this month.
Mm-hmm. Next week is so much fun. You guys are going to love it.
Next week is our Am I the Grinch?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we have our hot takes of 2020.
Yes.
Of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And looking forward to kind of just trying to remember and talk about everything. I think we might be working with another couple of podcasters. That's the goal. That's the plan.
Fingers crossed.
And
hopefully the stars will align and we can make that work.
I'm really excited about that. I mean, it will be perfect for you because we can just go to dinner and then go over there. I mean, it'll be perfect for you. But anyway, I'm really excited but I have some big beef because Caleb Dunn said on his little TikTok today that he doesn't mess with Little Mermaid. Excuse me.
I thought I saw that too.
I was like, that was my favorite. Him and I are a lot alike, though. I think that's why he gets under my skin, because him and I are a lot alike. I was like,
yeah, Levi and I are a lot alike.
Yes. And
gosh,
did you see that I tagged Adele?
I did. Yes.
I'm like, come on, Adele.
The four of us in a room together is going to be
I will be very excited to see how that works.
We need to get in touch with them.
Yes.
Get that figured out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's been fun. And this is literally the way that we talk.
Yeah, truly. I even feel like this was more of an organic conversation than our first off takes. Or off topics.
Yeah. Well, because I had questions for you and I was going to ask them again. I don't even remember what they were. So
they were good questions, though. We'll have to rewatch it and you can ask them maybe another time.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, and we did our Hear Me Out cake, which maybe we'll just do it for TikTok. Again. Maybe we'll just make our own little TikTok.
That would be fun. Yeah, so we'll do that because we did a Hear Me Out cake.
It was so fun.
And then I threw all the things away and then we realized that we couldn't use the video. So.
Yeah, and I swear on everything, if we can't use this video, we're
just going to just not have this episode.
Yeah. We're going to have an off week, a bye week. I have been watching the colors on the mics and they've been green the whole time.
Oh, good. I can't see them. I have to go.
I know.
I have to give myself a double chin.
Girl, every time I look over there, I'm like this. You know that guy on 90 Day Fiancé with no neck? That's me.
I can't. Oh my God, it's not. But
look at that.
Oh, I broke it. Okay. All right. So we're really excited to.
Am I not turtle enough for the turtle class?
That's what Turtle. We're really excited to finish out this last few weeks of December.
Yes, 2024 is about to be gone. We don't know her anymore. She is a thing of the past. Bye-bye, Felicia.
And let's pray that 2025 is better.
2025 is my year.
Let's pray.
What is the meme? Nobody claim her. Just come in quietly and sit down.
I literally thought nothing was going to be worse than 2020. I literally have never thought it could get worse.
Was 2024 worse for you?
Yes. I can't hardly afford groceries, Bianca.
Oh, yeah.
It is crazy out here.
Yeah, no, it is
People
wild.
are freaking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, people are shooting the CEOs of insurance companies in the streets.
It's starting to get real close to feeling like a revolution. I'm
honestly,
starting to be a little weirded out.
You laugh, but it's true. It is true.
No.
We got to end on something happier. So
okay.
We love you guys. Let's see if I can make a heart with
Oh, yay. I can't because I have an Android.
It shot out of my forehead. All the love. Care Bear Steer.
Okay, so yes. Anyway.
We will see everybody. This is a Midwest goodbye. We've been saying goodbye for 45 minutes.
Okay, and the other way we're going to say goodbye is watch out for deer.
Watch for deer. Drive safe. Wear your seatbelt. As my mom would say, wear your seatbelt and don't do hood rat things.
Don't do hood rat things.
Every time I leave the house.
Yes. So, with all of that being said, I am Hannah.
I'm Bianca.
And we are
Taking Back Sunday. My eyes twitching.
Oh no.
My eyes haven't twitched in a long time, and now I got that real job. My eyes be twitching all the time. It started. Oh, okay. We're going to talk. Let me make sure that I look decent. Oh, you can see my legs under the table. Look at that. I'm going to show them some white meat.
Listen, did you hear what was on the bullet? Intermission while Bianca coughs along. Just kidding.
I'm not used to talking as much as I talk these days.
I've seen people talk about a blue beam project. There's just a ladybug. Oh, there's just a ladybug hanging out over here.
Oh, goodbye.
Actually, it's a beetle.
Oh, one of the Japanese. Maybe that's why Zach and Neil always think your son Corbin, like you have more than one son, is always asking me, "Aren't you gay?" I'm like, no, Corbin, I wish, because I'd be happily married probably now with 2.5 kids.
I don't understand 2.5.
That's like, remember the nuclear family? It's like 2.5 kids. You're like, what?
Yeah, no, I know.
That makes sense. No, I think it's just because I'm an alpha female. I'm just very, and I guess that translates into lesbian. I don't know. Let's be honest.
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty alpha too.
Yeah, but you are very feminine though. You wear your eyelashes and your makeups and your hair. You get your hair did.
Yeah.
Ask me the last time I had my hair cut. It's been a minute.
I don't know, but I need mine.
Mine is.
I have my last time I got mine done. Bianca did it.
Bianca did it.